Welcome back everybody to more Link's Awakening. In this episode I'm going to be doing a bunch of stuff. I'm going to be getting the first instrument of the game by completing the first dungeon. And I'm going to be picking up a lot of optional items, meeting new characters. It's going to be a good time, my friends. Let me kill some Octoroks, that's always fun. I love killing Octoroks. Now here on the beach, there's a nice little character in his little hut. And we're going to talk to him. And this is going to continue the trading sequence. I got the dog food last time from Chow Chow. This is Sail, the alligator. What's that you have? It's canned food, for heaven's sake. Man, give me that food to me, please. He's hysterical. What do you do? Oh, thank you. Munch, munch, munch. That was great. I know it's not a fair trade, but here's some bananas. Yum. You gave him dog food and got bananas in return. Good deal. Alright, and got a weird bed here in the middle of the water. Alright, good for you, Mr. Sail the alligator, in your wacky house of bananas. So he actually has a brother who we're gonna meet later on, whose name is Shul Donovich. What a weird name. But yeah, we'll meet him later on. But now I think I'm actually gonna head on over to Tail Cave. You remember in the last episode I picked up the tail key in the mysterious forest, and now I can actually head to the dungeon. It's gonna be a good time. So the premise of this game is that I need to pick up multiple instruments in the island to awaken the windfish. And the whole game is very mysterious, like I alluded to last time, and it will make sense in the end. So here's where I insert the key to open the dungeon. So here we are, level 1, Tail Cave. This is an enemy known as a hard hat beetle. It wasn't a Link to the Past. Now a lot of these dungeons, there are rooms that you don't need to go to, but I'm going to show every room in the game because this is more than a 100% playthrough. This is a show everything playthrough. And with the compass, I can see where all the chests are located in the dungeon, so that's very helpful, especially if you are trying to collect everything. And the compass also jingles whenever there's a secret key in a room. Like that little jingle you just heard, that means there is a key hidden here. So if I push that little button there, I get a secret key. Oh yeah. Here we have more classic Zelda enemies, the Stalfos. And up here is a one-way door. Got the map, which will show all the rooms in the dungeon. But the one-way door is kind of unique. I can go through it, but not back across it. And these little guys are called Sparks. Don't want to touch them, obviously. Now this is a very weird enemy. It's called the Three of a Kind. And as the name implies, I have to hit them at the perfect timing so that all the suits are the same. And this is a stone beak that allows me to speak with the owl statues in the dungeon, like this one here. Turn aside the spine ones with a shield. That will make sense in just a moment. This dungeon is pretty easy, kind of getting you used to the game. This is a mini Moldor. Let me grab this key here. Now there is a bombable wall there to the left that you can see. I can't get through there just yet. I will have to come back to this dungeon to go through that bombable wall on the left. And I will, don't worry. Like I said, I will be showing everything. This is a blade trap here. You gotta juke it so that way you can get past it. And I hate this room because you kind of have to time your run so that you don't get buzzed up by the sparks. Not too bad though if you're just patient. Another stone owl. If there is a door that you can't open, move a stone block. And that's a hint for this right here. And here's a spiny one. Turn aside the spine ones with a shield. That's the same hint that the other one gave, and that's what it means. Basically, I use my shield on these spiny guys and knock them out. These are the spiked beetles, actually. Now, this is a side-scrolling sequence with Mario enemies known as Goombas. Very interesting. Goomba, by the way, is a derogatory term for an Italian person, which is kind of hilarious. Don't worry, guys. I am like 50% Italian, so I can say that and not get in trouble. So everybody relax. Thank you. Here is the dungeon item. This is the Rock's Feather. A very cool item because it allows you to jump. And you can pick up these little things by jumping with the Rock's Feather, which is always fun. And I'm almost done with the dungeon, actually, believe it or not. There's not too much left to do. Again, the first dungeon is always going to be pretty easy just to get you used to the mechanics of it. Sometimes I get obsessive about killing some of these enemies, but yeah, with the Rock's Feather, I can jump here and continue along the dungeon and pick up the Nightmare Key, which is the equivalent of the boss key, as you might expect. These hard hat beetles, it's always so satisfying to knock them into a hole and watch them fall to their death. Although with the hard hat, they might survive, you know? Who knows? And a piece of power, this is going to make me very strong in fighting the mini-boss, which is just around the corner here. So this is the mini-boss. His name is Rolling Bones. You have to jump over the spike that he throws you, and then you can just smack him silly. You can one-cycle him if you're quick enough, I should say. But with the upgraded power here, it's pretty easy. This little cloud will take me back to the entrance. It's like a shortcut. The stairs down here actually just take you to a little dungeon. You'll see lots of bones here. Dead people, oh my god. So, I'm actually gonna go fight the boss, and you can fall down, and if you fall down during the boss fight, you end up down here. So that's all I'm showing. And here's the first boss. Buzz, outsider. And this is Moldorm. You gotta hit the tail. Moldorm was a boss in A Link to the Past as well. Now, I did have a piece of power, and so it only took me 2 hits to kill this boss. What a joke. Got a heart container, and I can come up here to get the first item, the first instrument, the full moon cello. Very nice, very nice. Swamp, a path opens, in the blooms. So, I'm gonna head back to Mabe Village now. Hoot! That is an instrument of the sirens. I have to admit, at first, I did not believe you were real. That instrument, along with the 7 others in the set, has the power to wake the windfish. You must collect them all. I was instructed to give you directions. Your next goal is north, in Gopanga Swamp. Hoot! Indeed. Alright, before I go to Gopanga Swamp, like I mentioned, I will head back to Mabe Village. Hey buddy, it's serious. Yeah, really serious. Yeah, it is. The Moblins, they came to our village. Yeah, that's right. A whole gang of Moblins. Then, it's for real. They all went to the house. Yeah, that house. And then they did something at Bow Wow's house. It was really bad scene with the Moblins. I mean, It might be faster to find out for yourself what happened. These guys are so funny. Kiddo and Junior. 2 of the quadruplets, of course. So let's go to the Bow Wow house. It's terrible. My Bow Wow was dog-napped by moblins. Ooh, please, somebody help my poor Bow Wow. Madam Meow Meow is freaking out. Poor lady. Let's try to rescue Bow Wow. So we're gonna go here to the mysterious forest because we know that's where the moblins are. We encountered plenty of them here, so that's a little bit of a hint that this is where they took Bow Wow. Now you will notice me passing up some chests and heart pieces and things like that, but that's because I can't get them yet. I'll have to come back to those, and I will. Of course I will. Oh man, I'm getting poked by these moblins. So this is a fairy fountain, by the way. There's plenty of these in the game. Let's heal your wounds and get rid of all that stress. Close your eyes and relax. Aw, they're so nice, the fairies. Always helping you out. Alright. So I'm actually gonna grab a piece of hearts, do a few things before rescuing Bow Wow. And grab this one now with the Rock's Feather. Very cool. And this is the edge of Gopanga Swamp. The windfish in name only, for it is neither. Very mysterious indeed. You're real close to Tall Heights. The camera shop is nearby. So this is the camera shop, which is in the DX version only. I just love to take pictures. Will you let me take your picture? Go to the back of the room and stand in front of the screen. So this is an interesting dynamic. This little mouse will take pictures of you throughout the game. I'll call this, Here Stands a Brave Man. Say cheese! What's your name, young man? Link, well, here's your album, Link. Give it a look before you leave. So if you tell him no, let's see if we can fill that album. If you tell him no, he'll actually force you to take your picture. So I'll edit to show that because you can only do one or the other. But you can open up the album here and see all the pictures that you've taken. Here's the first one. Interesting. And this was actually, for the Game Boy Color, there was a peripheral that would allow you to print these pictures, and I think they were trying to be gimmicky with it, but that's that. So if you tell the mouse no when he asks to take your picture, you will get a different one. But again, you can only do one or the other, so I'm doing some video editing to show what happens if you just tell him no. Let's take a picture. No. Let's take a picture. No. Let's take a picture. No. No picture? Are you pulling my leg? No way. What a bummer. Beautiful. I'll call this game over. What's your name, young man? Link? Well, here's your album, Link. Give it a look before you leave. So yeah, kind of creepy. Let's see if you can fill that album. He just pushes Link into a wall and forcefully takes his picture. I'm sure there's a lawsuit in there somewhere, but I don't know if they have lawyers in Hyrule. So this is what this version of the picture looks like. Kind of funny. Kind of weird though. So next up, let's go back and go to Moblin Cave. Yeah, who's this suspicious looking runt? Okay, boys, let's get him. Lots of moblins here. I'm gonna try to sword slash all of them with that spin attack. That was pretty successful. Oh my god, this guy is getting revenge.
You must be an assassin sent by Madame Meow Meow to rescue the mutt. You came here to get me, but it is I who will get you.
This is King Moblin. And once he bumps into the wall, he gets stunned for a few seconds, and that's your opportunity to hit him. What a guy. What a guy. Nice. I think a few more hits and he will die. There we go. I got him stuck in that corner. There was no escaping for him. He's behind a little fairy. I don't really need him. My hearts are full. And there's Bow Wow. Aw, little Bow Wow. You've saved Bow Wow. What a fearsome beast. So now you kind of get to walk him around and you can do all sorts of cool things with him. If you remember the secret seashells, I showed the first one in the last episode. Sometimes Bow Wow will sniff one out for you if there's one hidden nearby. He'll also eat enemies for you. If you stand still and there are enemies on the screen, he'll just absolutely murk them, which is pretty fun. Let me see if I can get him to do it. He tried to. There we go. See, he just eats them whole. What a vicious beast. I love it. And you actually need Bow Wow to enter the second dungeon of the game. And you'll see why in just a second. But before I head to the second dungeon, I want to do a few more things, just show a couple of things for you. I love watching Bow Wow eat the moblins. They kidnapped him and now he just eats them as revenge. So Gopanga Swamp is down to the right, which is where the next dungeon will be, but I want to show you this guy first. This is Mr. Wright. Well, I pretty much stick to myself. Me and my letters. My name's Wright. The only thing I don't like about my hobby is that I never receive a response. Poor guy, he's so lonely, he just writes letters, and nobody ever talks to him. This is a like, another classic Zelda enemy. Here's another phone booth. Bring. Yes, this is Aurora. The indigestible flowers of the Gopanga Swamp. Those flowers are Bow Wow's favorite. Why don't you take him for a walk there? So that's a hint that you do need Bow Wow to get through Gopanga Swamp. Danger, keep out, except Bow Wow. So these are Gopanga flowers, and the only way to get rid of them is to have Bow Wow eat them. And the big one in the middle is a giant Gopanga flower. So here's some 50 rupees, very nice. Let Bow Wow keep devouring these. So here's the entrance to the second dungeon, and you see you do need Bow Wow to eat the flowers, so I'll let him do that. Thanks for watching, and see you inside for the next episode.